I mean, this is not unusual where people. I mean, even the modern automotive industry has suppliers from all over the world
Yes.
that produce their things. So that's not all that unusual. So I mean, so the motor is what? What are you allowed there? 500 watts,
Mm,
250 watts.
yeah, we start with 1,000 watts, then we change to 1.5, and in the next year we are going to put 2.5 kilowatts in the motor because
Okay,
we have to cover two different points. For one side, we have to cover the needs for the consumer, the power they need, and another point is you have to cover the homologation in Europe. Okay, if you want to be in the moped category, the small motorcycle category, and be considered as a bike in some countries, you have to put a motor with a lower power than 4 kilowatts. So we have to be in that range. Okay,
right.
so we start with. As I told you, we were thinking about the bike without pedals, okay? So we start with just 1,000 kilowatts for the first version, okay? And now we realize that a lot of consumers are telling us, okay, I need a little more power, okay?
Okay,
Maximum speed in the category in Europe is limited to 45 kilometers per hour.
all
So,
right.
but in some hills and some areas, we need more power to go up. So we are now working, developing the Skooter for the next year, and this is something we are going to change. We are going to give it more power. You know,
Okay,
the other key point, as you know perfectly, is the range.
right.
Is the so if you see all of the studies in the different countries, you will understand, or you will see that the average in Europe is for a bike commuter is 15 kilometers per day, and in a moped is 21 kilometers per day.
Oh, okay,
So we thought, okay, we have to develop a product that you only have to charge once a week. Okay,
okay.
it has a lot of different implications. If you only have to charge the bike once a week, you don't need to have a removable battery. Okay, that this simplifies a lot the
Yeah,
product.
yeah.
At the end, some producers are thinking, okay, no, but if you are living in a flat, you need to to take the battery off and charge in your flat. But people don't want to carry with 4 or 5 kilos every
Yeah,
day.
right, right.
It's better if you keep it on the bike and charge in any restaurant or bar when you are, So this simplifies a lot the production process, and even for the consumer, is better. It's better. So we we reach the balance that we need, as we hear from the consumers. It's okay, we can give you 100 kilometers range, that is 5 times your needs for one day, so you only have to charge once a week. So with the power you need to move from 15 to 20 kilometers per day. In the last data that I have from a very prestigious university that we have a agreement that we closed last week, they told us, me today, that the average for the daily commuter in a US city is only 1.5 kilometers, okay, the range that they are needing, and the people who is riding the bike. But if you are using a small motorcycle, you only need 5 kilometers per day.
That's
So
really pretty low. Yeah.
yes, I know, Bill. You are involved in a fantastic project, no, about the
Well,
sharing
yeah.
system. I like a lot your designs,
Thank you.
uh, I think we share one point is the sharing system for vehicles in the cities in the future.
Right.
Car to go and the system that are working now in Paris and London are working really well. A lot of people involved in the use every day, and we think in the future. Big cities will have a sharing system for bikes, mopeds, and cars,
Yeah.
because
No,
this is the best.
I completely agree. In fact, in addition to Quick Bike, my
Yes,
domain, I also
Yeah.
have Quick Scoot
Okay,
with
okay.
that very thought in mind. So yeah, thinking ahead.
Oh, yeah, we are thinking in this process. So we are also making some change in the development because we have been talking with a lot of authorities in Europe. The main authority in Paris for the bellop system they have 240.
Oh, we lost you again.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah, there we
my
go.
battery is going down.
Okay.
So, you know, when you have to leave the vehicles in the street, the vehicles should be really strong. So, you have to adapt the product for this type of use.
Exactly right. Yeah. Well,
But,
look, if your battery's running down here, let's talk about what you've got. How many built at this point?
we have built 250 bikes.
250. Okay. And most of those are in Spain, or are they sort of scattered across Europe?
No, there are really dispersed, you know, about Europe.
Okay. All
We
right.
are starting in each market with a small amount of bikes because our target for this year was okay. We need a strong feedback for the consumers. Okay, so we close an agreement with most of the 25 European countries. Maybe we have 20 countries with distributors. Okay, and
Okay.
they make a lot of tests, a lot of presentation to different companies. To consumers, to some fairs, and so on. And with all of this feedback, we are now working to prepare the bike for the next year.
Okay. So talk pricing. What are you offering the bikes for? And I assume there's probably some difference between a bike, the Generation One bike, and what you're going to be doing eventually with the more powerful bike.
I think I didn't follow you.
Oh, okay. Just wondering how much are you selling the bikes for? People would like to know that, I'm sure.
Um, we are selling the bike through internet. We have
Okay.
some distributors also. You know, a bike is a product that people need to test before they buy.
Sure.
So, you know, and now even in Spain, is not the best place to develop a electrical vehicle company because the total market is really small here. But you have to be an evangelist, you know. You have to show the product to the people and let the people try the Skooter.
Right.
But now we are really happy because of the feedback that we have from the people who test the bike. You know, we thought that we want to make one simple product for everybody. Okay, we don't want to have a very big range adapted to each consumer. You know, there are a lot of mountain bike with electric motors in different categories, but
Right.
we think, okay, we are going to be simple. Okay, simple. And we thought, okay, we need a bike for women, for old and young people, you know, for tall and small people.
Right.
And we led the Skooty to thousands of people during these 2 years, thousands of people in MotoGP races, in events that we make, and nobody never falls from the bike, you know.
Okay.
People who has never ride a motorcycle test the Skooty, and in the first time they can drive it, and this is for us the best signal that we are going to be able to
Okay.
share this type of vehicle to everybody.
So I gather what you're saying is that you're still somewhat in development stage here. That you've got people out that are distributors that are sharing bikes, showing bikes around, and you're still kind of firming up what the design or the performance of the bike is going to be and those things, right?
Yes, you know, we are now selling and we have an operative company and we have consumers and shops and so on. But, you know, to develop our target is to develop the best moped ever, you know.
Right.
And this is not an easy point, you know, because there is a lot of experience, big brands producing this type of product. But we will need time to improve the product. Now we have a lot of feedback that we didn't have 1 year ago.
Right.
So yes, we would like to also to go to the US market as soon as we can. I lived there a lot of years ago in New York and San Francisco, and I would love to see the Skooty in California.
Right.
because I was living there at Stanford in year 95, and I would like to start a cooperation with a company in US
Right.
to launch the product there.
Right.
This is it's our next step.
Do you think that the strength of this is going to be where your biggest sales are going to be in the shared market or in the individual sales market?
This in the short term, the sales will be in the sharing system. Okay.
Okay.
Or for corporation, for police, for like the Segway sales. If you see the Segway sales, they are selling to rental business, to
Right.
police, and so on, to companies, because it's easier to make volume in that channel. The delivery system for a lot of companies that we are talking with. Okay, we are giving the Skooter for testing, and they are telling me, okay, if I make the order, I'm going to order 1,000 Skooties because I need it for my deliveries. Okay.
Right.
But in the long term, I think most of the people will use electrical vehicles. So you have, someone tells someday there is no long term without short term. So you
Right.
have to you have to focus, on the steps day by day, because I think a lot of people is agree that the future is electric, okay, but you have to live until next 10 years.
Right. Well, we get there one step at a time. That's how it happens. Yeah.
Yes.
So target initially Europe, some point the United States. Sort of what's your target? What would you like to see? How soon in the United States?
Now we have a open conversation with several potential partners.
Okay.
I've been there in Miami 4 months ago in the Formula E race.
Right.
So I was invited by the organization. The Formula E organization is from Spain.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yes. And I visit a lot of rental companies in Miami. In Miami, it's a very good advantage for our products that you don't need a helmet to drive the Skooter. It's fantastic for the rental business. So we saw a lot of interest in the product. So we are talking with several companies to start the distribution in US in Miami.
Okay.
Because for three reasons. Because of the weather, you have a longer season, okay, for the bikes.
Yep.
It's easier to travel from Madrid, from Spain to Miami. There's a daily flight, 8 hours. It's easier to start in Miami than starting in San Francisco.
Right.
One day of 2 days of trip is a different. It's a very big difference to control a business in another country. Okay.
Right.
So and even we think Miami is a tourist area with a good relationship with South American Caribbean area. I don't know if you build our Spark system. Spark is our sun park station. Even in most of the islands in the Caribbean Sea and island around the world, the EV solution is the best solution, to manage the transportation in the island.
Yep.
You don't need to carry with the gas to the island, then have the deposit there and distribution system. With the Skooter only needs one solar panel to charge the battery.
Okay.
So it's a very, very efficient solution for this kind of areas. So we would like to be in Miami as soon as we can.
All right, great. Well, look, this has been really good information. It's been half an hour and it's just flown by like that. Let's definitely stay in touch. If you can get me maybe a good photograph with you on the Skooty or with the Skooty, that would be great. We'll put it with the interview then.
Okay, Bill. I think I'm going to send you an email with our milestone. Okay, the milestone is a document that we describe all of steps from our beginning.
Excellent.
and so you can read it and diffuse it. Okay.
All right, sounds good. All right, my friend. Muchas gracias.
Thank you to you, Bill. It's
All right.
a pleasure to talk to you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.